Hi, I'm Chester Jones. Nothing unique about me, just the average normal guy. I ran into some problems in my life, had some hard times, but other than that, nothing special. Well, first off, this wasn't my first time. I've tried over the last 25 years at least six or seven. Yeah, I've been to like six or seven of those expungement seminars that they usually have around the city, and I've always had nothing but bad news. You're not gonna get this done. It's this class record. It's not possible. You're gonna spend a lot of money, or they've never got any good news. But I came in contact with a close friend, Mark Valentine, but I didn't know he worked for the WWJ. But I recently got back in contact with him, and I was informed that he did work for them, and he said maybe he could help. So he contacted you guys, and it's been like nothing but good news ever since. He assured me that I had nothing to lose, so let's try and see what happens. And so I did, and everything good happened. It's been nothing but good news ever since. First of all, in the workforce, in my younger years, I always had nice, high-paying jobs, $50,000, $40,000, and I got lucky that I had a job when I got the record. So for the first maybe 5 or 6 years, I was okay. And then once those jobs ended, my luck with jobs just been like nothing but like minimum wage jobs. And I had to work two jobs, sometimes three jobs to take care of my family. So I couldn't get a job to save my life. One job that would pay the bills, take care of my family, and it's just been a burden on my whole life. Just I miss my kids' childhood. It impacted me. I wanted to be a state police officer. That was my goal. And once I got that record, that goal was gone. It was just over. Personally, that hurt me because I was never gonna be able to do the things I wanted to do, for myself. But I had to work two or three jobs just to take care of my family. That was an impact. I missed a lot of time in their lives because I wasn't there because I had to work. I didn't have a choice. I couldn't get one job to pay all the bills or to take care of my family. So that was the greatest impact. Social life, there was no social life. It has a lot of impacts. It's a lot of stuff. Those were the biggest. Those were the biggest. It was good news that I didn't even have to go to court, not one time. It was a team of students that went, and every time they kept in contact with me through the whole process. Even when the students changed, they kept in contact with me. They let me know, or they would call me and tell me what was going on. I could come to court if I wanted. If I didn't, I didn't have to. But even I didn't go. I chose not to go. But they emailed me, they called me, they let me know what was going on. They gave me copies of all the court transactions. They gave me the documentation that I needed. It's like for my own personal proof that the job they were doing was done. So I was real proud. Like I don't even know how to explain it, but like for the first time, my whole life, this whole thing has been like a big weight on my shoulders. So to know that it was gone, I can't even explain how happy I was. I don't dance, but I was dancing that day. When they got it expunged or sealed, I was so happy. I was so happy. I couldn't even believe it. I had been getting nothing but bad news about it my whole life. You can't do it, you can't do it, blah blah blah. So it made me not want to. I didn't want to travel. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to do anything because of this record. You know, I didn't want to go anywhere, get in any trouble because of this record. It follows you. It follows you. No matter what you do, it's a weight on you. It's a weight. It felt good to know that it was gone. It felt real good. My drive and I made a list of things that I want to do now, which I've never done because I wasn't motivated to do anything. But I made a list of things I want to do. I want to travel. I want to go get a passport so I can travel, get a new job. I definitely want that's on the top of the list. Things like that. I want to go get my kids and take them somewhere. A nice vacation that I've never been able to do. They're grown now, but still, I would like to take them somewhere for a vacation. I missed out my kids' early years, but it's never too late. And it feels good now that I can go somewhere and I don't have to worry about anything. Just worry about anything. It feels good. I'm starting to tear up now because when I first found out the good news, I was crying. I was really crying. I was happy, but I was crying at the same time. I had never had anybody help me, so it felt good to have somebody help. Contact the WWJ. They can help. Maybe they can help you. It's worth a try. So yeah, I mean, I would definitely, if I know anybody, I would definitely send them that way. Go try the WWJ. They'll help. If nobody else can help you, the WWJ can help. To be honest, I think it really only impacts minority groups and low income groups. That's my personal thought. And the information alone is like nobody wants to give you the information. Everybody wants to sell you the information. And I get it. The information is power. Power is money. But nobody wants to just give you the information. If you're low income and you don't have a good job, how are you supposed to pay for that information? So I understand why like guys like me fall prey to the system. We get discouraged, and no matter how much we want to do better, the negative news and the negative feedback we get just keeps you down. Well, a lot of these guys, they're committing a crime, they're young, they're out there, they don't know what direction to go, and they don't have anybody to help. And maybe if they had somebody to help them when they did get in trouble, instead of just throwing them back out there, maybe their life would be different. So yeah, I think if the information was more accessible, if the crime wasn't major, then the information should be given, and it should be given freely and easily. So maybe they can turn their life around if they want to turn their life around. Why should it be so hard to be able to turn their life around? The whole prison system thing, to me, it's supposed to be some sort of rehabilitation. That's what it's supposed to be meant for. If these guys have committed the minor crime, I'm not saying major crimes, but if they committed minor crimes and they're coming back out here into the public, there ought to be some help for them, especially if they don't have anywhere to go. The only place they have to go is back to where they were. Sometimes that's back to the gangs, back to the drugs, or whatever negative thing that led them to prison in the first place. So if there was some kind of program into place before they get out to help them to figure out where they're going to go once they do get out, that would be better. I mean, I'm pretty sure they got something in place now to kind of help, but it's not working. You see what happens. These guys get into trouble and they just come out and keep getting right back into trouble. So it ought to be something better. I'll be honest, I was going through a divorce and my mind just wasn't there at the time. It was all over the place. And it got me into trouble. I was 28 years old. At 28, I felt like my life was over because of that. But if I could turn the clock back, would I change things? Probably, yeah. Will I be where I'm at now? My mindset? I don't know. But I work for McDonald's now, and I've been working for McDonald's 30 years. I've had better jobs in between. But when I run across these young kids now, especially the boys, I always try to teach them or tell them how not to go out here and get in trouble. Don't go out there and do something that you're gonna regret. Stay in school. You going to school? Go to school. You want a better job? Okay, go get a better job. I always try to teach them that. Go get a better job. Anyway, where we work is pretty much a dead end. And I use myself as an example to them. You don't want to be my age working in a minimum wage job like this because it's not ideal. Who wants that? Nobody wants that. And the WWJ, I wish I had heard of this 25 years ago. I was young and I was energetic, and I had a lot of goals. Now I'm a little older. The job is not my focus anymore. I don't let that stop me, but it is gonna be great to be able to say goodbye. Not have to worry about it. I thought I was stuck because of my record, and I was. But now I can go out and apply for jobs that, and go on with my life and probably be a little bit more happier. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that.